Welcome to Bright Star. Today, we're diving into Spaceballs, 1987, Mel Brooks' hilarious parody of Star Wars and other sci-fi classics. Join Lone Star, Barf, and Princess Vespa as they face off against Dark Helmet and President Skroob. From iconic moments to unforgettable lines, we'll relive the best scenes and see where the cast is now. Don't forget to subscribe for more fun throwbacks and movie nostalgia. Rick Moranis played Dark Helmet. Rick Moranis brought his unique comedic style and impeccable timing to the role of Dark Helmet in the 1987 cult classic Spaceballs. As the film's primary antagonist, Dark Helmet is a parody of Darth Vader from Star Wars. Moranis' portrayal of the character is marked by exaggerated physical comedy, quirky facial expressions, and a humorous blend of villainy and absurdity. His comedic interactions with other characters, such as President Skroob and Colonel Sandurz, elevate the humor of the film, making Dark Helmet one of the most memorable and hilarious characters in Spaceballs. Despite his villainous role, Moranis' natural likability shines through, adding charm and wit to the otherwise nefarious character. Birth date: April 18, 1953. Current age: Rick Moranis is currently 71 years old. While he stepped away from acting for many years to focus on his family, Moranis remains a beloved figure in comedy and film, known for his iconic roles in the 1980s and 1990s. Rick Moranis began his career in Canadian television, with early success on SCTV, Second City Television, where he honed his skills in sketch comedy and improvisation. His ability to bring humor to a variety of characters caught the attention of Hollywood, leading to several high-profile comedic roles. Moranis gained widespread fame with his role as the nerdy Louis Tully in Ghostbusters, 1984, which showcased his talent for physical comedy and awkward charm. His breakthrough continued with leading roles in Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, and Little Shop of Horrors. Following Spaceballs and other successful films, Moranis gradually stepped back from acting in the late 1990s to focus on raising his children after the death of his wife. Despite his absence from Hollywood, his work continued to resonate with fans. In 2020, he made a brief return to acting with a commercial appearance, signaling his possible re-entry into the entertainment world. Born in Toronto, Canada, Moranis attended local schools and began his career in radio and television before transitioning to film. His background in improv and comedy shaped his unique approach to character-driven humor. Moranis is known for his humility, wit, and down-to-earth nature. He has often been praised for his decision to step away from Hollywood to prioritize family life. His interests outside of acting include music, and he has released several comedy albums. Moranis was married to costume designer Ann Belsky, with whom he had 2 children. After her passing in 1991, he left the spotlight to focus on raising his kids, which remains a defining aspect of his personal story. Bill Pullman played Lone Star. Bill Pullman brought his charming, laid-back persona to the role of Lone Star in Spaceballs, 1987, Mel Brooks' parody of Star Wars. As the heroic yet roguish space pilot, Lone Star is a clear homage to Han Solo, but Pullman infused the character with a unique blend of wit, courage, and vulnerability. His portrayal effectively balanced the adventurous spirit of a sci-fi hero with the comedic absurdity of the film's tone. Pullman's chemistry with his co-stars, including John Candy and Daphne Zuniga, elevated the humor, while his performance as the reluctant hero added depth and likability to the character. Birth date: December 17, 1953. Current age: Bill Pullman is currently 70 years old. With a career spanning over 4 decades, Pullman remains active in both film and television, known for his versatility and consistent performances across various genres. Bill Pullman began his acting career in the mid-1980s, quickly establishing himself as a versatile performer capable of taking on both comedic and dramatic roles. His early success came from his ability to portray characters with depth and authenticity, whether in leading or supporting roles. Pullman's role as Lone Star in Spaceballs was one of his first major film appearances and showcased his comedic talents, gaining him recognition in Hollywood. His breakout role came a few years later with While You Were Sleeping, 1995, where his romantic lead performance endeared him to audiences. Following Spaceballs, Pullman solidified his status as a leading man in films such as Independence Day, where he portrayed the heroic President Whitmore. His career continued to evolve, with Pullman taking on a wide variety of roles in film, television, and theatre, demonstrating his range as an actor. In recent years, he has found success in television, notably starring in the crime drama series The Sinner. Born in Hornell, New York, Pullman initially pursued a career in theatre, earning degrees in theatre arts before transitioning to film. His background in stage performance provided him with a strong foundation in acting, which he brought to his film and television work. Known for his quiet, humble demeanour, Pullman has often been described as down-to-earth and approachable. Outside of acting, he has a passion for agriculture and has been involved in ranching. His grounded personality has contributed to his reputation as one of Hollywood's more understated yet reliable actors. Pullman is married to dancer Tamara Hurwitz, and they have 3 children together. Despite his fame, Pullman has maintained a relatively private personal life, choosing to focus on his work and family. Daphne Zuniga played Princess Vespa. Daphne Zuniga brought a delightful blend of charm, humour, and regal elegance to the role of Princess Vespa in Spaceballs, 1987. Mel Brooks' beloved spoof of Star Wars. As the film's parody of Princess Leia, Vespa is both a pampered princess and a headstrong character who defies traditional tropes. Zuniga's comedic timing was on full display, as she balanced Vespa's royal attitude with moments of vulnerability and humour. Her chemistry with Bill Pullman's Lone Star added to the film's romantic and comedic appeal, making Vespa a memorable character in the world of sci-fi parody. Birthday, October 28, 1962. Current age, Daphne Zuniga is currently 61 years old. Over the years, Zuniga has continued to work steadily in film and television, maintaining a reputation for her versatility and engaging screen presence. Daphne Zuniga's career began in the early 1980s, with early roles in teen and coming-of-age films. Her breakthrough came with The Sure Thing, 1985, where she starred opposite John Cusack, showcasing her comedic talent and relatable charm. Zuniga's role as Princess Vespa in Spaceballs brought her to a wider audience, highlighting her ability to balance comedy with more grounded, emotional moments. The film's success introduced her to a broader fan base and solidified her as a rising star in Hollywood. Spaceballs became a cult classic, and Zuniga's portrayal of Princess Vespa remains one of her most recognizable roles. Her comedic performance as the spoiled yet lovable princess added to the film's parody brilliance, contributing to the enduring popularity of the character. After Spaceballs, Zuniga transitioned into more dramatic television roles, including her part as Jo Reynolds in the hit series Melrose Place. She later starred in One Tree Hill, where she further demonstrated her range as an actress. Zuniga has also ventured into directing and environmental activism, broadening her impact beyond acting. Born in Berkeley, California, Zuniga studied theatre at the University of California, Los Angeles, UCLA. Her early education and passion for acting set the stage for her future career in both film and television. Known for her commitment to environmental causes, Zuniga is actively involved in raising awareness about issues such as pollution and climate change. She has also shown interest in meditation and mindfulness practices, reflecting a calm and grounded personal demeanour. Zuniga has maintained a relatively private personal life, focusing on her career and philanthropic efforts. She married businessman David Mlechko in 2019, and they continue to support each other's professional endeavours. Joan Rivers voiced Dot Matrix. Joan Rivers brought her sharp wit and signature comedic style to the role of Dot Matrix in Spaceballs, 1987, Mel Brooks' parody of Star Wars. Voicing Dot Matrix, a parody of C-3PO, Rivers infused the character with her trademark humour, delivering lines with perfect timing and a distinctive snarky attitude. Dot Matrix served as the loyal and protective droid to Princess Vespa, and Rivers' vocal performance brought a lively energy and comedic flair to the role, making Dot Matrix a standout comedic character in the film. Rivers' iconic voice gave the character a humorous, no-nonsense personality that played well off the other characters, particularly in scenes where she reprimands and advises Princess Vespa. Birth date, June 8, 1933. Date of passing. Joan Rivers passed away on September 4, 2014, at the age of 81 due to complications from a throat procedure. Her death marked the loss of a trailblazing figure in comedy. Known for her fearless humour and pioneering career, Rivers left a lasting impact on entertainment, inspiring future generations of comedians and performers. Joan Rivers began her career in stand-up comedy in the 1950s, quickly gaining a reputation for her bold, irreverent humour. Her career took off in the 1960s with appearances on The Tonight Show starring Johnny Carson, where her sharp comedic style and fearless observations about life, relationships, and celebrity culture made her a household name. Although Rivers was primarily known for her work as a stand-up comedian and television host, her role as the voice of Dot Matrix in Spaceballs highlighted her versatility as a performer. It showcased her ability to bring her humour to different mediums, such as animated and voiced characters. Spaceballs became a cult classic, and Dot Matrix remains one of the film's most memorable characters. Rivers' voice performance contributed to the character's legacy as a humorous and satirical take on science fiction tropes, adding to her already impressive career in comedy. Following her role in Spaceballs, Joan Rivers continued to thrive in the entertainment industry. She hosted The Joan Rivers Show, which earned her a Daytime Emmy Award and became the face of red carpet commentary with her work on Fashion Police. Rivers also authored several best-selling books and was the subject of the acclaimed documentary Joan Rivers, A Piece of Work, which chronicled her life and career. Born in Brooklyn, New York, Rivers attended Barnard College, where she studied English literature and anthropology. Her early education in the arts and literature provided a foundation for her career in comedy, where her sharp intellect and quick wit became defining traits. Known for her unapologetic and often controversial sense of humour, Joan Rivers was a trailblazer in the male-dominated world of comedy. She had a reputation for being fiercely independent, resilient, and determined to succeed on her own terms. Outside of her career, Rivers was known for her philanthropy and was actively involved in supporting various charitable causes, including HIV/AIDS research and disaster relief. Joan Rivers was married twice, first to James Sanger and then to Edgar Rosenberg, with whom she had one daughter, Melissa Rivers. Joan and Melissa shared a close relationship, and Melissa frequently appeared alongside her mother in various television projects, including Fashion Police. Joan Rivers encountered several controversies during her career, largely due to her unapologetic and often edgy humour. One of the most significant was her falling out with Johnny Carson after she launched The Late Show starring Joan Rivers in 1986, making her the first woman to host a late-night talk show. Carson, who had mentored Rivers, never spoke to her again, a public and painful rift that impacted her career for years. Additionally, Rivers often faced criticism for her biting commentary on celebrities, particularly during her tenure on Fashion Police, where her harsh critiques sometimes drew backlash. Rivers was also involved in legal disputes, including a defamation lawsuit filed by a former neighbour, which was eventually dismissed. Despite these challenges, Rivers remained a highly respected and influential figure in comedy, known for her resilience and ability to navigate public scandals with humour and tenacity. Mel Brooks played President Skroob. Mel Brooks brought his signature wit and humour to the dual roles of President Skroob and Yogurt in Spaceballs, 1987, a satirical parody of Star Wars and other sci-fi films. As President Skroob, Brooks portrayed the incompetent and greedy leader of Planet Spaceball with exaggerated comical villainy. His absurd antics and selfish behaviour made Skroob a memorable antagonist, reflecting Brooks's talent for satirising authority figures. In contrast, as Yogurt, Brooks embodied a wise, diminutive mentor, parodying Yoda from Star Wars. His portrayal of Yogurt is marked by self-aware humour, constantly breaking the fourth wall, especially when referencing the film's merchandise. Brooks's ability to balance both roles, one as a bumbling, power-hungry villain and the other as a benevolent, wise mentor, showcases his versatility in comedy. Birth date, June 28, 1926. Current age, Mel Brooks is currently 98 years old. Despite his advanced age, Brooks remains an iconic figure in entertainment, having left a lasting impact on comedy, directing, and producing, with a legacy spanning multiple generations. Brooks started his career as a writer for television, particularly for Your Show of Shows in the 1950s. His quick wit and comedic timing made him a sought-after writer and performer. Mel Brooks gained international recognition with his directorial debut, The Producers, 1967, for which he won an Academy Award for Best Original Screenplay. His unique blend of satire, slapstick, and farce became his trademark, which he later applied to several genre-spoofing films, including Spaceballs. Spaceballs became a cult classic, with Brooks's dual-role performances enhancing the humor and parody. The film continues to be a touchstone in sci-fi comedy, and the characters of Skroob and Yogurt remain fan favorites. After Spaceballs, Brooks continued to direct and act in comedic films, as well as produce and write for Broadway. His adaptation of The Producers into a successful Broadway musical earned him multiple Tony Awards. Brooks is one of the few entertainers to achieve EGOT status, having won an Emmy, Grammy, Oscar, and Tony. His contributions to entertainment have been recognized with numerous Lifetime Achievement Awards, and he received a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame in 2010. Born in Brooklyn, New York, Brooks grew up in a Jewish family. His love for comedy and performance developed early, leading him to pursue a career in entertainment. He served in the US Army during World War II before beginning his work as a writer and performer in the post-war period. Known for his sharp humor, quick wit, and tireless energy, Brooks remains beloved for his ability to tackle serious topics through comedy. His personal life reflects his commitment to the arts, and he has been an advocate for free speech and creativity. Brooks was married to actress Anne Bancroft from 1964 until her passing in 2005. They had one son, Max Brooks, who is a successful writer and author of World War Z. While Brooks's humor often pushed boundaries, especially with films like Blazing Saddles, which addressed racial and societal issues through satire, he has largely avoided personal controversies throughout his career. His work has occasionally sparked debates over political correctness, but his contributions to comedy and entertainment are widely respected. John Candy played Barf. John Candy brought his larger-than-life comedic talent to the role of Barf in Spaceballs, 1987, a parody of Chewbacca from Star Wars. Barf, a half-man, half-dog character referred to as a Mog, served as the loyal and lovable sidekick to Lone Starr, played by Bill Pullman. Candy's performance as Barf was marked by his warm, humorous charm, which was complemented by his impeccable comedic timing. His portrayal was both endearing and hilarious, and he brought a playful sense of self-awareness to the role. Candy's physical comedy and natural likability made Barf one of the film's most memorable characters, adding a unique layer of heart to the farcical story. Birth date: October 31st, 1950. Date of passing: March 4th, 1994, at age 43. Though John Candy passed away at a relatively young age, his legacy as a comedic actor continues to resonate with audiences. His portrayal of Barf, along with many other iconic roles, solidified his place in the pantheon of great comedic performers. John Candy's career began in Canadian television, where he became a key member of the comedy troupe SCTV, Second City Television. His unique brand of humour quickly made him a fan favourite, and he transitioned smoothly into film during the late 1970s. Candy's big break came with his role in Stripes, 1981, which established him as a comedic force in Hollywood. His ability to blend humour with genuine emotion made him a versatile actor, leading to more significant roles in comedies throughout the 1980s and 1990s. As Barf, Candy added his signature mix of physical comedy and heart to the film. Spaceballs became a cult classic, with Candy's portrayal as one of the highlights. The role showcased his ability to make even the most absurd characters relatable and lovable. Following Spaceballs, Candy starred in several iconic films, many of which became staples of 1980s and 1990s comedy. His roles in Planes, Trains and Automobiles and Uncle Buck particularly demonstrated his capacity for balancing humour with heartfelt performances. Although Candy never received significant awards during his lifetime, his impact on comedy is undeniable. His work continues to inspire comedians and actors alike, and he is remembered fondly for his warmth, humour, and generosity on and off screen. Born in Toronto, Canada, John Candy grew up in a working-class family. His early interest in performance led him to join the Second City, where he honed his comedic skills alongside other future stars of comedy. Known for his kind-hearted and generous nature, Candy was beloved by his peers. He often portrayed characters with a big heart, reflecting his real-life personality. In addition to comedy, Candy had a passion for sports and was part owner of the Toronto Argonauts, a Canadian Football League team. Candy was married to Rosemary Hobaugh from 1979 until his death in 1994. They had 2 children, Jennifer and Christopher Candy, both of whom pursued careers in entertainment. Dick Van Patten played King Roland. Dick Van Patten brought his warmth and comedic charm to the role of King Roland in Spaceballs, 1987, Mel Brooks' satirical take on Star Wars. As King Roland, a parody of Princess Leia's father, Van Patten portrayed the ruler of the planet Druidia with a mix of royal authority and humour. His performance, marked by impeccable comedic timing, added to the film's light-hearted atmosphere. Van Patten's King Roland is particularly memorable for his interactions with the film's main characters, providing moments of levity in the midst of the space adventure. Birth date, December 9th, 1928. Date of passing. Dick Van Patten passed away on June 23, 2015, at the age of 86, due to complications from diabetes. His death marked the loss of a beloved actor known for his warmth and versatility. Best remembered for his roles in family-oriented TV shows and films, Van Patten's career spanned several decades, leaving an indelible mark on the entertainment industry and touching the lives of many viewers. Van Patten began his career as a child actor on Broadway before transitioning to film and television. His early career in theatre laid the foundation for his versatile and successful career in Hollywood. Van Patten is perhaps best known for his role as the patriarch Tom Bradford in the hit TV series 8 is Enough, which established him as a household name during the late 1970s. After Spaceballs, Van Patten continued to work steadily in television and film, often collaborating with Mel Brooks and appearing in films such as Robin Hood, Men in Tights. He also pursued interests outside of acting, including founding a pet food company, Natural Balance. Born in New York City, Van Patten was raised in a family of entertainers, which helped shape his career path. He had a long and successful career in theatre, film, and television. Known for his approachable, kind-hearted demeanour, Van Patten was beloved by fans and colleagues alike. Outside of acting, he was an avid animal lover and advocate for pet nutrition, founding his own pet food company. Van Patten was married to Patricia Poole from 1954 until his death, and they had 3 sons together, all of whom have been involved in the entertainment industry. Van Patten largely avoided controversies throughout his career. He was known for his professionalism and positive relationships within the industry, maintaining a scandal-free image throughout his long career. George Wyner played Colonel Sandurz. George Wyner delivered a memorable comedic performance as Colonel Sandurz in Spaceballs, 1987, Mel Brooks' parody of Star Wars. As Dark Helmet's right-hand man, Colonel Sandurz is a parody of the typical sci-fi military officer. Wyner's deadpan delivery and perfect comedic timing added to the absurdity of the film's situations, often playing the straight man to Rick Moranis' over-the-top Dark Helmet. His interactions with other characters, particularly in scenes like the ludicrous speed moment, provided some of the film's most iconic comedic exchanges. Birth date, October 20th, 1945. Current age, George Wyner is currently 78 years old and remains active in the entertainment industry, continuing to appear in various television shows and films. George Wyner began his acting career in the late 1960s, appearing in numerous television shows and films. His ability to switch between dramatic and comedic roles allowed him to build a diverse career in Hollywood. Wyner's role as Deputy DA Irwin Bernstein on Hill Street Blues brought him recognition in the 1980s. His work in Spaceballs, however, cemented his place in the world of comedic film. After Spaceballs, Wyner continued to work consistently in both film and television, appearing in a variety of roles. He became a familiar face on TV shows like The Mentalist, Curb Your Enthusiasm, and Bones, demonstrating his versatility as an actor. Born in Boston, Massachusetts, Wyner attended Syracuse University and later UCLA, where he earned a degree in theatre. His strong educational background in acting laid the foundation for his successful career. Known for his affable personality and professionalism, Wyner has often been praised by colleagues for his ability to take on a wide range of roles. He enjoys working both in front of the camera and on stage, balancing his film and television career with theatre work. Jim J. Bullock played Prince Valium. Jim J. Bullock brought a humorous and memorable performance to the role of Prince Valium in Spaceballs, 1987, a parody of Star Wars directed by Mel Brooks. Bullock's portrayal of Prince Valium, a perpetually drowsy and lackadaisical character, added a light-hearted and comical element to the film. His sleepy demeanour and exaggerated slowness provided a contrast to the fast-paced action of the film, making his character a standout for comic relief. Bullock's comedic timing and ability to embrace the absurdity of the role contributed to the overall charm of the movie. Birth date, February 9, 1955. Current age, Jim J. Bullock is currently 69 years old. Though not as prominent in recent years, he remains a recognisable figure in the entertainment industry due to his various roles in television and film. His comedic talent continues to be appreciated by fans of classic comedies. Jim J. Bullock began his career with guest appearances on television in the late 1970s, gaining attention for his charismatic personality and quick wit. His unique comedic style quickly garnered him roles in sitcoms and game shows. Bullock became well known for his role as Monroe Ficus in the hit sitcom Too Close for Comfort, which solidified his status as a beloved comedic actor in the 1980s. After Spaceballs, Bullock continued to appear on television, hosting game shows like The New Hollywood Squares and making guest appearances on various sitcoms. He also ventured into voice acting and appeared on stage in several theatre productions. Born in Casper, Wyoming, Bullock pursued acting from a young age, studying drama at the University of Texas. His early experiences in theatre shaped his comedic approach and timing. Bullock is known for his upbeat, energetic personality and sense of humour, both on and off screen. He has been a prominent advocate for LGBTQ+ rights and has supported causes related to HIV/AIDS awareness. Bullock has lived openly as a gay man and has been an advocate for LGBTQ+ visibility in Hollywood. He has shared his experiences with living with HIV, becoming a positive role model for the community. Bullock faced personal challenges when he was diagnosed with HIV in 1985, a time when there was significant stigma surrounding the disease. Despite these challenges, he remained active in his career and dedicated to raising awareness about HIV/AIDS. Sandy Helberg played Dr. Schlotkin. Sandy Helberg delivered a humorous performance as Dr. Schlotkin in Spaceballs, 1987, a sci-fi parody directed by Mel Brooks. As the eccentric and slightly neurotic plastic surgeon, Dr. Schlotkin is tasked with performing a nose job on Princess Vespa. Helberg's portrayal of the bumbling, slightly overwhelmed character added a layer of slapstick humour to the scene, complementing the film's light-hearted and satirical tone. His comedic timing and exaggerated reactions made Dr. Schlotkin a memorable, albeit brief, presence in the film. Birth date, May 28, 1949, current age. Sandy Helberg is currently 75 years old. While Helberg has appeared in a variety of comedic roles throughout his career, he is perhaps best known for his work on Spaceballs and his contributions to sketch comedy. Sandy Helberg began his career in the 1970s, making appearances in various television shows and films. He initially gained recognition as a member of the Groundlings, an improv and sketch comedy troupe, which helped him hone his comedic chops. Although he had many supporting roles, Spaceballs remains one of his most well-known performances, thanks to the film's enduring popularity as a cult classic. His portrayal of Dr. Schlotkin became iconic in the world of comedic film. After Spaceballs, Helberg continued to work in both television and film, frequently collaborating with comedy legends. He has also appeared in smaller roles in TV series like The Facts of Life and Night Court. Born in Germany to Holocaust survivors, Helberg emigrated to the United States and grew up in Ohio. His background and exposure to entertainment from a young age led him to pursue a career in comedy. Helberg is known for his quick wit and dry sense of humour, traits that have defined his style both on screen and in his improv work. He has maintained a strong presence in comedy, even when taking on smaller roles. Helberg is married to casting director Harriet Helberg, and they have two sons, Simon Helberg, best known for his role on The Big Bang Theory, and Mason Helberg. The Helberg family has been active in Hollywood, with Sandy and Simon often working together on various projects. Stephen Tobolowsky played Captain of the Guard. Stephen Tobolowsky delivered a brief but memorable performance as the Captain of the Guard in Spaceballs, 1987, a satirical parody of Star Wars directed by Mel Brooks. Tobolowsky's portrayal added a layer of humour and absurdity to the film, showcasing his natural comedic timing. Though his role as the captain was relatively small, his authoritative yet humorous demeanour contributed to the overall comedic atmosphere of the movie. Tobolowsky's ability to elevate minor roles with his unique presence made him stand out, even in ensemble casts. Birth date, May 30th, 1951. Current age. Stephen Tobolowsky is currently 73 years old. With a long and prolific career, he remains an active and sought-after character actor, known for his versatility and ability to adapt to various comedic and dramatic roles. Tobolowsky began his acting career in theatre before transitioning to film and television. He quickly gained recognition for his versatility in portraying both comedic and dramatic characters. Tobolowsky became widely known for his role as Ned Ryerson in Groundhog Day, 1993, which showcased his comedic talents and cemented him as a standout character actor. His performance in Memento, 2000, also gained critical praise for its depth and complexity. After Spaceballs, Tobolowsky continued to build a successful career, appearing in major films like The Insider, 1999, and Freaky Friday, 2003. He has also maintained a prominent presence on television, with recurring roles in series such as Heroes and The Mindy Project. Born in Dallas, Texas, Tobolowsky studied at Southern Methodist University, where he earned a degree in acting. His theatre background laid the foundation for his career in film and television. Tobolowsky is known for his thoughtful, intellectual approach to acting and storytelling. In addition to acting, he is a writer and has shared personal stories and experiences in his podcast, The Tobolowsky Files. He is admired for his humility and dedication to his craft. Tobolowsky is married to actress Anne Hearn, and they have two children. He has managed to balance his prolific career with a stable and private family life.